I told a friend of mine the book hit number 11. A friend of mine says to me, okay, this is amazing. He said 11 is very symbolic. He said, do you realize in March you're entering a new phase of 7-11s? I said, what? He said 7 cycles of 11 or 11 cycles of 7. I ran it through a numerologist and I ran it through my palmist. You're not going to believe what they said is the symbolism of my book hitting number 11, God, Faith, and Reason hit number 11. I'm running into a cycle in age of 7-11, 7 cycles of 11. And he said this symbolizes something so significant. You must tell your audience when you get on the air tomorrow, which I will do the minute I return. And my book makes it to number 11 on the New York Times list, and I'm moving into a cycle of 7-11s. What does this numerology mean? And we have Gary, the numbers guy. I hope he's right this time. Gary on WNTW in Virginia, line 2. What does this mean, 7-11?
You hope I'm right this time. Last time I was in your program, I told you Donald Trump would become the next president of the United States. So let's start with that. But let's go into your 11 thing. Number one, there's 2 ways to look at number 11. Number one, the way the elite use it, and number 2, the way it pops up. Now let's go to the first. 9/11 happened on the 11th. First plane to hit the World Trade Center was Flight 11. 9/11 happened on the 254th day of the year. 254 equals 11. The Twin Towers look like a number 11 standing side by side. They both have 110 stories. Oklahoma City happened 4/19/1995. 4/19/1995 adds up to 38. 38 adds up to 11. First bomb went off at 9:02. Do the math, again 11, and they executed Timothy McVeigh for it on the 11th. So basically what is going on here, because obviously that's not a coincidence. You have to understand that numbers have vibrational energy. The people who are in power are very aware of this. Now, if you think I'm lying, ask yourself why World War I ended at 11/11 at exactly 11 o'clock. They didn't stop firing shots at 10:55. They waited till 11.
All right, hold on. So what do 7 cycles of 11 plus 2 of my last books hitting number 11 on the New York Times list, in your mind, mean for me?
Well, it's not what it means in my mind. It's what it is. And basically what it is this. You are having an emotional impact on people's lives. That's what it basically breaks down to. You have to understand that whenever you see the number 11, whether it's Charlottesville, when they made sure the event happened on the 11th, or they have decisive figures, it doesn't matter where you go with this. The number 11 is going to touch people emotionally. I'll give you an example how this works. That line.
Let me interject for a minute. My friend Vernon Mahabal, who is a palmist, said this. He said, Dr. Savage, the number 11 is considered a master number. It is the most powerful numerological vibration. Remember, you said vibration. He said, simply stated, the double 1 is the number of awakening. When it shows up, it denotes that a catalytic message is being relayed, which will serve to inspire, illuminate, and motivate. Additionally, 7 is the number of wisdom, knowledge, and inner reflection. Therefore, 7 cycles of 11 only magnifies that concept of awareness, which sets in motion a change or a breakthrough for you, my best Vernon. What do you think about that?
Well, I would agree with a lot of that. And the way you can show, again, the way you verify this is you look at the way the elite do, not what average everyday people do, what the elite do. There's a store called 7-Eleven all around the world, Dr. Savage. So obviously those two numbers go very well together.
I know, but that's generic. That's a generic statement. What does it mean with regard to my numbers 11 coming up all the time?
Not generic at all, because the only way to verify if this stuff actually works is to look at the people at the top of the game and see how they're actually doing things. So yes, they're doing things under 11 energy, but see, what your friend told you was only the positive side. There's negative sides to the number 11 too. That's why Al-Qaeda was formed on August 11. That's why it hit New York on 9/11. That's why it hit Madrid, Spain on 3/11. That's why it hit Mumbai, India on 3/11. So there's two sides to the coin, Dr. Savage. Yin and yang energy.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is this. You are touching people's lives with your words. You have a gift for writing, and that's exactly why your books are reaching number 11. It's not like the New York Times is manipulating this stuff. This is the number that's coming out because you're having the most emotional impact.
Well, wait a minute. The book before Trump's, before God, Faith, and Reason was number 1 on the New York Times list. That's another one. A 1, then 11, then 11. So wait, Vernon says, Savage, first of all, I predict stunning results for the podcast venture. He says you'll get more listeners from other age groups and demographics. It's going to be huge. And he goes on from there. Well, Gary, you don't want to make any predictions, do you?
I will make you a prediction that when it comes down to this, Bitcoin will be proved to be a fraud.
Thank you very much for saying something I know nothing about, nor I know why you even put that in there. But that diminished everything you said before.